guys, welcome to today. Not only we're grateful to be live today, but we are here with the GW3. You guys can't hear me. You are here. I just love technology. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me now? Yes? Okay. We are live with the GW3. My goodness, we are here. Not only we're grateful for today being Thursday's health takeover, but it's so important for us to be here with you from wherever you may be. If you're tuned in with us on YouTube, put some yellow hearts in the chat. If you're tuned in with us on Facebook, please put some yellow hearts in the chat. And if you are right there with us on the Clubhouse, not only do we want you to come to us and see us live, but please put some yellow hearts in the chat. I'm grateful to be Renee Norm, the founder of the Global Women Wealth Warriors, as well as the GW3 Club. But most importantly, I'm happy to be here with you today. And because you're here with us, we're going to have a smashing day. The week is almost over. And I'm like, oh my goodness, where did the time go? That's what happens when you're having so much fun in life. But the greatest part about it, we are creating the journey. We are creating the lifestyle that we are destined to have while we are here being a part of affluence. That's right. I would say we're creating affluence for us. And this year, this week, we know for sure we have the playbooks for success. We're writing out our journals every day so we can be in total control of not only our mind, our body, but also our spirit and our finances. Those are certain areas that's so important to the GW3 mission. We have bridged the gap not only through financial literacy, but also through health and wellness. And this particular segment here, that's what it's all about. You want to make sure you're tuning in to us every day from 12 to 2:30, right? Not only on the Clubhouse, but we come live right here on YouTube as well as on Facebook. And today we have an incredible lineup. We have our phenomenal global warriors that's from all around the world. And that only gives me so much pride and joy to be able to bring them right here to the center stage. So again, guys, if you haven't already, clicked on that link if you are in the Clubhouse, so therefore you can tune into us there. I would also say click onto the link in right there, not only in the Clubhouse, but also YouTube, Facebook, and my goodness, let's get this show started. What I want to do is bring up some of our phenomenal ladies that's going to be sharing this. It never ever fails, guys. It never fails. Phenomenal ladies is going to be sharing the platform with me. I haven't even mentioned their names, and oh my goodness, they're just coming up onto the screen. So let me first introduce all the ladies first, okay? First, my goodness, our first beauty is not only she's our health and wellness fitness coach, she's all about the lifestyle, all about great energy. She knows how to pump it up no matter where she is. Miss Stars Tina. Right there, beauty. Absolutely full of energy, full of love. Yes. The other beauty.
Hello, Renee. Hello.
Hello. Hi, beauty. How are you doing today, Stars Tina?
I'm feeling so pumped, so excited about today's topic. I just feel so good, Renee. I think it's my 10K card. I just updated it yesterday, starstina.com, and you were just amazing. So I just want to say, guys, get those notebooks and pens. I know I say it all the time. Let's rock, let's roll today.
Yes. I love it. Absolutely. Having partnerships and having relationships to help build our empires is one of the greatest things that we make sure we stay in alignment with those who want to see us win. And having a partnership with 10K card with GW3 family has been truly incredible, guys. So every one of your speakers, always make sure you tune into their links, because when you tune into their links, guess what? You're going to learn so much more about them. every last person that's a part of the GW3 family. We are so grateful to be a part of Sean Lashley with the 10K family. But you know what? Let's do this, Stars Tina. We have a couple more beauties that's just waiting to also join us while we kick off this health and wellness segment. And if they have people in the clubhouse, I think we had at least about 30, 40 people in the clubhouse. Guys, make sure you tune into the live show. If you click on that link at the top, not only will you be able to see us, you'll be able to engage and interact as well. Our next beauty that we're going to be bringing up is the one and the only, all the way from Canada, by way of Haiti, the one and only, our natural. I love her.
Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? Woohoo!
I love it. I love it. Absolutely, Miss one and only Miss Perpetu Robert.
Yes, yes, yes.
And now our next beauty is traveled all the way from Germany, and here she is in our life by way of Spain, the one and only Miss Jane Margaret. Woo!
Hello, guten Tag. Like they say in Germany, guten Tag, Alan.
I love it. Say it one more time, Jane. Say it one more time.
Guten Tag or the guten Abend.
Guten Tag. Come, everybody, say it together.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Guys, when we say we are global, we are truly global women wealth warriors. I am so excited, guys. We're not only going to have a phenomenal topic for today. You know, it's all about the health. It's all about our wellness, because we realize our health is so important. Our health really is our wealth. And for those who don't realize that, guys, just look at these globes. We kicked off 90 days challenge with it not only focused on us drinking more water, getting more exercise, and also being in harmony with a little bit more sleep. Come on now, we had to get more sleep as well as our body was going through these transformations. And in the end of this month, we will be completed with our first 90-day challenge for the GW3. Let's give it up, guys. Woo! Yes. Seeing so many remarkable transitions along the way. And what we're going to be talking about today, you know, these are some of you all's sweet spots. I know I noticed where it relates to how our health is truly, you know, from the pandemic. We noticed a lot of people had started doing what? Eating more. I was one of those individuals. I don't know about you guys, but I literally gained more weight during the pandemic. If this is something that you were able to relate to, please put some 555s in the chat. If you wind up going back to the refrigerator 4 and 5 times because you're at home, or you wind up eating some of the wrong foods, that was something that we noticed more people had started heavily being, you know, increasing in their weight. And what we realized as well, obesity got totally out of line. Oh my goodness. Obesity was just out of whack. And still till today, that has been one of the number one things that's hurting us. So let's talk about some of those foods that we don't even realize that can hurt us along the way. How about you, Stars Tina? What are some of the foods that you've known that we didn't even realize before, but now we literally have to take it out of our diets? What are some of the foods that you had to pull back from when you were, you know, during the pandemic? Come on, share.
Well, I'm sure I knew before the pandemic I didn't need them, but like chocolate cake, Fruity Pebbles for me. I love a good bowl of Fruity Pebbles. Anything sweet. I've got such a huge sweet tooth, but it's just not good, especially when you get over 50, you're knocking at the door. I mean, over 40, knocking at the door of 50. You just have to totally eliminate some things, you know, take them with stride, just a little at a time.
Yes.
That's what it is for me.
CHGW3 Divina.
So you know, it never fails, guys. Everybody know where I am every day from 12 to 3. You would think we don't get any phone calls, but we do. And it's so funny when it's already our GW3 family. But I want to know from you, Perpetu, what have been some of the foods that you had to pull away from? Because I want to say this, Stars Tina. Okay, you and I had to go through a little transformation. But this Perpetu over here, my goodness, Perpetu, what have you added? because we see what you haven't been eating, okay? But what have you added during the whole pandemic? Share with us, please.
Um, Actually, my diet, one of the things I have to really confess is as growing up, rice was part of our culture. And I mean, it is the hardest things for me to pull away because my whole house eat rice and white rice. I develop a food sensitivity with it. And it is tough. I'm telling you, when I cook that white rice, the smell of it sent me back to my childhood. You understand what I mean? And I realized, I mean, for some reason, I like it because I now understand people that have food addiction or any kind of addiction that it is. And you are, when you are around the same people eating the same thing that you used to do, so it become harder for you to get out. And I'm glad because I did not know that I have that food sensitivity until I changed my whole diet away and I went out it for years. And when I come back in there, the pain come back, inflammation and things like that. And it is the food independently, and because it becomes a comfort food kind of because it's linked to your past, it's linked to your joy, to happiness, everything that you have had in your childhood. That might be a lot of challenges for people to do in the pandemic that go by to that sweet things, those cake, anything that make feel good, anything that remind them of their joy, happiness, of things in their past. So it is something that you have to be aware that food is linked to a psychological things. So that was my thing to confess to you.
That was a great confession. Oh my goodness. I'm sure we weren't even aware of that, Perpetu. So that was a great confession that you share with us because we always look at you as always, I'm not going to say perfect because we say what, no one's perfect, but just flawless. You know, your eating styles alongside with how you have been in harmony in your relationship that you have with food is just phenomenal. And I just want to give you, as I said, I want to give you a roses right now because we learned so much from you. Now, I know, Miss Jane, this probably have also affected you where it relates to the whole pandemic. Did you notice a little bit of a shift in your weight during this time? And if so, what have been some of the foods that you probably had to pull away from?
Oh yes, 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 yes. Queen. Being in Germany, breads and cakes are very
Mm.
sweet. I don't know. I don't know. Any of you has been to Germany? They have a craze of varieties of breads, and it's like a craze you have in the morning when you start off. You have to start with brötchen. Those are like crispy bread. So my weakness was to go for those brötchen, and because the bakeries were closed, most of them, so I was buying frozen one and baking them. And before I realized, I was like, I went back into the tool that I use, the metabolic balance, and I said, no, no, no. I know I'm not supposed to eat these things. They taste so good, but I'm not going to take them. So brochen was one of my weakness, and I'm so glad now it's over.
Wow. Now, bread. How many of you guys grew up on bread? I mean, come on now, start seeing. I'm going to tell you one of my bad things, guys. I used to make ice cream sandwiches with bread. I used to have, we had wheat bread, but then I'll take ice cream and put it on top of my bread. And I literally used to have ice cream sandwiches made with bread. Go ahead, Stars.
I think we should put a question in the chat, Renee. What was your favorite bread sandwich? For me, it was bread with some butter and cinnamon, but the cinnamon had sugar in it. Oh my God. Does anybody, like, you had your bread and ice cream? Me, it was bread with butter and then cinnamon and sugar mixed together. Oh, priceless.
Oh, wow.
I haven't had it in years.
Yes. What about you? Because I don't know, when you heard Perpetu talk about rice, rice have definitely been one of those things. I think starch is right along in all of our households and still till today is one of the things that we wind up consuming. Rice wasn't my big thing. It literally was the bread. And once I stopped pulling back on the breads, like what Jane is talking about right there, oh, that's my weakness. Croissants, that's of course, that's Paris and everything. But when I went over to Paris, that was just like baguettes everywhere. I needed to have my croissants. And it's like, okay, Renee, everything in moderation, right, guys? Everything in moderation, right?
Renee, how many croissants did you
Yes.
have at one take, like a thing? How many did you have in one sitting when you were in Paris?
I can only eat literally 2 croissants. But I'm going to tell you one of my other guilty things that I've had in Georgia. How many of you guys are familiar with Krispy Kreme donuts? Krispy Kreme donuts. Okay. When those donuts are hot, I was pregnant with Janae. I literally would jump a median to get over to the other side when I would see that red hot light on to go over and get those donuts, guys. And those donuts are full of sugar and oil and grease and everything possible. But those Krispy Kreme donuts, ooh, that used to be my weakness. Yes, it was. Because like you said, sugar. Sugar is one of the things that we grew up on. My mom used to cook with sugar all of the time, guys. Everything my mom prepared, she would always put sugar in it. And I know that was one of the things I had to work through when I started cooking. My mac and cheese, guys, it would literally, you would probably gain 10 pounds just from my mac and cheese, because not only I used to use 4 cheeses, but then I would use the sugar and the evaporated milk. And I had one more trick there. You know, one of my secrets, can't tell all the secrets, but one more. And oh my God, so heavy, but so good. I used to prepare my mac and cheese for my daughter's school, as well as for, some of the people at the office. I would just cook because I love cooking. That's one of the things in New Orleans. So we're here talking about our guilty pleasures of having the wrong foods. And now what we're going to do, let's shift it around. Let's talk about some of those healthier foods that we could probably have a closer relationship with. I know we're talking about color, right? Colorful foods, how important it is for us to not only select colorful foods, especially when it comes down to our vegetables. Talk to us about what are some of your favorite colorful foods that are healthy for you. And we can just do a popcorn around and talk about that. We're just in the living room having good conversation. So what are some of the good foods that you enjoy, Stars?
I want to jump in because I've challenged myself lately to try foods, fruits, or vegetables that I've never done before. Like when you go in the grocery store and you see that purplish, greenish, pinkish looking thing, it's dragon fruit, or the other, it looks like they're making up new fruits nowadays with the oranges and the tangerines, and they call these all these fun names. But for me, yellow, for the longest time, the squash, I really wasn't into it, but now the yellow and the greens, putting zucchini and squash together, and air fryer, that is the key for me. Renee, do you have an air fryer?
I don't have an air fryer, but it's interesting that you talk about that. We have a partnership with a farm. And with the partnership with the farm, they give us like carts of vegetables and greens, the squashes, alongside with the zucchini. I was not big on zucchini until I started with that partnership with the farm. And lo and behold, the more colorful vegetables there were. Even, how many of you guys enjoy eating cauliflower? Any cauliflower eaters out there? Oh my goodness. Now that's right there, that was a game changer. All the different ingredients that you could use with eating, with cauliflower.
Renee, have you ever tried cauliflower rice like you? I love rice and I love bread, so I started making cauliflower rice. Yes, you can buy it in a bag, but you can buy it in a bag, throw it in the microwave. But for me, just get the cauliflower, put it in a grater like you're grating cheese, put it in the oven. Girl, I made 3 different types at once. I had like curry, cauliflower, and rice. I had veggie. It was amazing. So yes, trying different vegetables. And another thing I wanted to say, Renee, when I was younger, I would put my nose up to Brussels sprouts or to asparagus. But now it's all about the seasonings. If you have the right amount of seasonings, and my daughter says all of my food tastes like steak, because I'm literally putting everything
It tastes like, what does it taste like? Steak? What'd you say?
Yeah. She says everything tastes like steak, Mom.
Yes. Yes, I love asparagus. Now sometimes we have people that overcook their vegetables, right? And I love the crispier the vegetables are, that keeps you with more of the nutrients. And I enjoy what you shared in regarding to just seasoning. That's one of the greatest things. New Orleans, we love our seasoning, our Zatarain alongside with, and I mean, what I think there's even a brand that says you can put that stuff on anything. I think there's like a little a commercial that talks about that. but I truly have learned throughout the years to start eating clean, or as they would say, even neat. And I didn't even realize, you were sharing something with us, Jane, where it relates to the whole blood type and the importance for us to eat based upon our blood type. You want to kind of like elaborate? What does, how do we know? Because, growing up, we just went based upon what they gave us at home, right, guys? We ate what our family provided. And I know my mom, coming from New Orleans, Louisiana, well, originally from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That's where mom is from. So she's from the Delta. And not only did they eat pig feet, they ate all of it, guys. How many of you guys are chitlin eaters? Ooh. When I found out where chitlins came from, guys, I was like, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. But that was what they had to eat during the day and how they thrive on certain foods and they made it into meals. Now that we're in this whole new season, let's talk about blood types. What is it, the foods that we're probably are supposed to eat based upon our blood types? Jane, if you can enlighten us on that.
Yes, Renee. Had I not come over to Germany, I don't think I would ever have discovered. And I call it is like this well-kept secret of the metabolic balance and what it is all involved. I mean, all of us, based on our blood type, we are all different and we are all unique. So based on your blood type, and especially, remember, Queen Renee, we were talking about you, is that I don't know how many of us do go for a checkup. When was the last time that you ever went to the doctor and had a checkup based on your blood to see what are the deficiencies? Because we have got all these diets and plans that are there that we are all trying, but they are not necessarily good for you. Did you ever check to find out, do you have any deficiencies? Like Queen Perpetua always tells us, for example, if you've got a deficiency, and what for me, this tool and the metabolic balance, what it did, based on my blood, they were able to identify I had deficiencies in calcium and in iron. So meaning then what I got a food plan which I use until today, which is capable of taking care of all the imbalances that I have. If it's the foods that I now eat, foods, first of all, I concentrated with the foods that were nutritious enough to be able to bring up my iron level to balance also my calcium. And for example, like the men are suffering from the gout, uric acid, meaning that if, let's say, once you do your blood test and they realize that you've got a deficiency in uric acid, then you're going to get a plan with the foods that are going to balance that. And then if we are able to do that in your plate, like you said, as colorful as it is, on your plate, put the foods that are good and meant for you only. But you can only be able to do that once you go and have a blood test. Without doing a blood test, you'll be guessing this and the other one and trying every other thing. And then you wonder, why am I putting on weight? We've done the 90 days, yes. But then after the 90 days, what? Do you have any plan on how you're going to sustain yourself, how you're going to sustain your energy? Women, for example, going through the menopause. If we are working out, you also mentioned about the obesity. If you're eating the proper foods that are designed for you, the issue of obesity will be out. The issue of all these cardiovascular diseases that we are having will be out. Perpetua has been telling us about that. But then you need to have a plan. How many grams do you put on your plate, for example? For me, I'm allowed to eat. I was even looking at my plan here. I'm supposed to have for breakfast 120 grams of, if it's a piece of protein. Start off with 120 grams. 150 and 30 grams of meat. Sometimes we are eating mountains and mountains of food. But again, it goes back again to what is your blood type? What deficiencies do you have? What plant or what sort of foods are you eating? That is what my contribution to that.
Wow. Yes, go ahead, Stars. I don't know, Perpetua going to jump into
it. I wanted to ask you or Perpetua a question because I found for myself over the years, I've been wanting to eat healthier and cleaner. So I went from taking meat away, becoming vegetarian, becoming vegan, and then still just kind of like on that search, and someone said my blood type is negative O, and some blood types you need red meat. Would you guys agree that it's important, like what your blood type is, that you do that? Just would love your feedback on that.
Did you have any doctor test it, or you just tried things by yourself?
Are you talking about my blood type or what I've been doing?
What you've been doing, exactly, what you've been
Oh
doing.
no, what I've been doing for the past 8 years, it's just my own. Yeah.
Your own. Okay, so I'm basing mine basically, and I'm sure Papi too can jump in there. I base mine basically on a scientifically proven program that has worked. Dr. Fun Fact, I think most of you, I could recommend. There is a book about it. If you're interested, I could share with it so that you can read more about him and what it is all about. And the other good thing is that once you are able to identify that, like you talk about, if you there are some people, it's not everybody who can do vegetarian or who can be a vegan. This is all, but again, you need support. I have professional or support. The other thing that also one needs is also, do you have a health coach? Do you have a nutritionist who checks on you, or you're just guessing things? And I think maybe some of those things would be addressed, especially if you're an O positive or whatever you are, or on whatever it is, that if you have a nutritionist or you have a coach, a health coach that is checking on you, can be able to identify this and recommend to you whether meat is good for you or you should take it away completely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful that we are living in an age that we have so much tools, we have so much knowledge, we have so much thing to work to help us to achieve what we want to achieve, health wise or wealth wise, anything like we say in the GW3. So that's amazing, me, the tool that you have. And like I want to say to stars, usually you really have to look how your body works. You know, when sometimes we don't have the tool that Jane have, some people, what they told us at class is taking out things, you know, you do on a cleansing, or you can do a water fast or juice fast. A disclaimer, it's not a diagnostic that we are doing. We are just talking about that as education. So if you have any things or any health problem, please be sure that you check with your physician. Okay. So going on the water fast, or going, sometimes people will go on the juice fast, but the water fast is, they say not to do it longer than 3 days if you don't know your medical background or problems that you have. So when you go like that and you introduce slowly kind of food, it can tell you, you know, how your body will react, and like that you're gonna know food sensitivity that you have, or things that you are missing in your body too. And that's a really great tools to do. And what I want to say usually is take out things gradually in your diet too, gradually taking it out, and make sure that you pay attention to your how your body is reacting to. And that's it for
Great
now.
stuff. Thank you.
I know. Great tips, guys. Let's put some hearts in the chat for those amazing points that not only did Jane share, but as well as Perpetu. Let's definitely put some hearts in the chat. If you're in the clubhouse, also, if you have a question, we like to know. We want to hear from you. Right now, not only we're speaking on, how it is that we have to focus on eating differently, but we also have to focus on the benefits and understanding each person's body is different. Each person have their very own DNA, and it's almost like a pregnancy, because it is. Just because Star stop eating rice, she may not start losing weight, or if because of her regimen of what she's doing. And just because I stopped eating bread, well, yeah, I did start losing weight, guys, but still I had to maintain it. I had to start doing something else as well. One of the things I noticed when we run into, ladies, we have to keep on getting extra supplements, right? Because even when we're eating these colorful vegetables as well as these fruits, they're not providing us with all of the minerals that we need. And as we get wiser in our best years of our lives, we notice that our bodies start needing more. It needs more. It needs more vitamin D. It needs more vitamin B, vitamin C. I love a lot of vitamin C, guys. And even let's talk about that D outside. Most people don't like to go outside. Guys, you have to get that vitamin D in your system. It is so important. And even the sun rays can't give us everything. So let's talk about some of the minerals or some of the items of vitamins that it's why is it so important, ladies, in regard to that, especially because we are seasoned millennials. That's what I call us, some seasoned millennials.
I want to jump in because I know they have like all the philosophy.
Yes. Oh, wait, you know what,
Um,
guys? This is Silk in the clubhouse. This is our beautiful warrior who's blind. Go ahead, Silk. Please say something. We love to hear from you.
Hey, I love this is my jam right here. I would tell everybody, I don't care who you are, what you're doing, what's going on. You can take all the supplements. You can even start saying, today I'm going to eat right, I'm going to do this. But if you don't get your gut in check, all the supplements that you're consuming, all of that stuff is not, you have to get your gut in check first. Because your gut can stop you from your system from absorbing so much. And then not only that, are you eating, sometimes we eat just for the feel good moments. But like they said, food is medicine. So if you're eating to heal or whatever's going on with your body, understand what you're eating and how you're eating and where that food derived from. Because, there's 4 categories of fruits. You have your acids, your sub-acids. I mean, you have your vegetables. You have, there's some vegetables that you can't eat together. There's some fruits that you can't eat together. You're either going to eat your acids together, you're going to eat your sub-acids together, meaning you can't mix watermelon with, if you're going to eat watermelon, then eat watermelon. If you're going to eat pineapple, eat pineapple. If you're going to eat your berries, but you don't mix those two together if you're eating for a healing point. If you're eating, it's same thing with vegetables. There are some vegetables that you can't eat together. There are some vegetables that you cannot eat raw. You have to blanch those things. So not only that, and then cucumbers. There are some foods that we have to know how to eat. Some people cut the cucumbers up. You have to peel the whole off the skin of the cucumber. So we have to do our research, do our due diligence. If you're eating for medicine, if you're eating for healing, then make sure that you're eating properly. If you're going to get fresh vegetables, ask the farmer, what type of soil is this food being grown in? Ask them where did that, you have to know where everything is derived from, because just because it looks pretty doesn't mean it's going to be beneficial for you. When you go to the grocery store and you buy your food, look at the labels. Look at the labels. Is your fruit, and to know where the origin is modified, not modified. Just, you have to be very conscious, especially now about what you're putting in your body and how much are you putting in your body. What herbs do you mix together? Do you know there are some herbs that you cannot just mix together and consume? So you have to do your research on everything that you consume, guys. Water. A lot of people are buying all this expensive essential water, because because of the commercials and everything. You get you some good old spring water. Put you a couple of drops of lemon or lime juice in that water, and consume it that way. There are so many ways, Renee, that people, if they just pay attention and just learn, come into rooms like this, research what you're consuming, I promise you will feel a lot better. It's about a change in lifestyle. Don't call it a diet. It's a change in lifestyle, and it's going to help you over time. You can't do it overnight, but just do a little bit at a time. I promise you it's going to help you. This self-love, you're done speaking.
Oh my goodness, guys. Let's put some yellow hearts in the chat for our very own Silk. Not only is Silk phenomenal, she is blind and she's a chef at that, guys. All right. She is such a soldier. I call her a soldier warrior. Let's give it up for Silk Littlejohn. And when she was dropping those mics, she was dropping the great gems right there, because she's absolutely correct. If you even think about in Europe, how many, we've all traveled to Europe before. And in Europe, the food is totally different in the United States. Even when you go to your grocery stores, Whole Foods food is different from Kroger's food. I'm letting you guys know right now. They put different foods out there, and you want to make sure you're buying the food on the right time, because everything have an expiration. Don't forget that. Everything has an expiration. You really want to pay attention. As she said, a 7-star luxury brands, it's all about the details. It's all about the details. And with those details, that's only going to help us to really support a healthier lifestyle, because we're not doing this for a season. We're doing this for a lifestyle. Let's give some more love to our a one and only Silk Littlejohn. Not only she's bold, she's bodacious, but she dropped the mic, guys. Okay, so please let's give her some more hearts for Silk, and thank you for that. Let's see. I know, right? Woo, 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 woo. Yes. I have some more. Let's see. We okay. Yes. Somebody else in the chat. Go ahead, please. Pour in.
No, I was just actually just saying,
Davina.
For Silk, I was just giving her the hooray.
Okay, that's Miss Davina right there from Alabama. Hey, Miss Davina. Alabama's in the house. We have Dallas in the house. We have Alabama's in the house. Let's see who else we have. You know, guys, this is really important information. We have Atlanta in the house. We have London in the house. We also have the DMV in the house right now. This is really important information, guys, for us to really take notes on this, because what she mentioned, we don't really pay attention to that. You know, how you prepare your fruits, how you prepare your vegetables. How many of you guys literally take off the skin off your cucumbers before you eat your cucumbers? See, everybody's been keeping the skin on the freaking cucumber, Silk. So thank you. Okay. I know. How many of you guys use your cucumbers even to put on your eyes sometimes? Does anybody do that?
Sometimes.
Wow. Yeah, I do that for my eyes. I
think I have to do that.
Yeah. You know, we were just having this conversation. You know, we were saying that through our time, sometimes we get a little sluggish. We get tired. And I don't want to say the word tired, but we get a little bit unbalanced. That's the word I want to use. Unbalanced, because with our regimen and our lifestyle, sometimes we have ourselves doing a little bit more than probably what we need to be doing in certain areas. And if we're not eating, if we're not getting the proper rest, I say this, if you're not getting the proper rest, that has a huge, huge side effect to your health. Guys, it's so important for you to get the proper rest. And I too was feeling this week has been a woo! This week alone has been rocking and rolling, but I had to put a pause to it. And we were talking about some of our little, even like ladies, we go through with our facial expressions as well as while we're live. Because I've challenged us now to go live, we really pay attention to what we look like. And with that, right, Stars Tina skinning over there like big time. You are paying attention more to what you look like now because you go live. And even yesterday, I noticed my cheeks were not like standing saying hello. I know Perpetual was like, I feel a certain way. So guys, I want everybody to do this exercise with me. If you can, I need you to watch us live. Okay, everybody in the clubhouse, I need you to watch us live. I want you to take 2 fingers. You're going to take your 2 fingers. I say you can take your pointer alongside with your middle finger. Okay, you take those 2 fingers. And what I usually do, guys, sometimes my face needs to wake up. I do this right here. I take my fingers and I wake my cheekbones up. I wake my face up and I go upwards, guys. You know, like that swoosh, that check mark of the Nike. I take everything and I bring it upward. You know why? You pull away from the gravity, guys. But I wake my cheekbones up. And even when I put my little makeup on, if I just want my cheeks to pop just a little bit, I do a little bit of a shimmer. That's right, a little bit of shimmer with those 2 little fingers, and do what? Put it right there on my cheekbones to make them stand out, guys. Okay, see that? You see the difference? And now I've given myself a quick facelift just by waking up those cheekbones, guys. All right, just by waking up those cheekbones. Even if you don't like wearing a lot of makeup, it's okay. But what we have to do is keep that exercise. You got to make sure you keep your blood circulating in your face, and don't pull it down, but keep it going upward. Okay, so that's my little tip for the day. So if you're feeling a little down, if you've had a long day, after you've been going, and you feel like, oh, I can't do it anymore, take those 2 fingers and go, and then you'll start waking that body, waking that face, your facial muscles, waking them up, especially around your cheekbones, and then put a big smile on like this.
Winnie, are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, right, Perpetual?
Yes, because I'm studying herbal nutrition now. So I'm putting on more time working and more studying. But also, I only see and read with one eye. So it is challenging for my body because I had a problem with my eye since my childhood. So I can only read with one eye. And being on the computer and studying and having technology is really challenging for me right now, since my the right eye is working a lot and the left one is getting tired, because what's happening is trying to see the images but it cannot really get it, so it's working extra. So thank you for sharing that tips for me
You
with
are
me.
so welcome. You're so welcome.
So,
Well, you always share your tips with us, but I thought that was something that was needed. How
yes,
many
I'm
of you
gonna
guys
do
felt
that.
that helped you guys? Because I know it has been a really rough week. I feel as if even just within the group, it has been a rough week. And when you're in alignment with energy, you can sense things. And I know sometimes, like I share with you guys, it's so important for us to always do what? Take time for self-care. Take time for self-care. Today is Thursday, and usually Wednesdays, I always like to do my self-care. And of course, I've been in a plane. As soon as I landed in a plane on Wednesday, I jumped right back into a meeting, and then I had to jump right back into something else. So this week, my self-care day is going to have to be Thursday or even Friday. But I promise you, I'm going to make sure I take the time. I have a girl, we have actually one of our partners within the GW3 Club has her own med spa. So for those who are in Atlanta, we will be having a med spa day. That's right. We're going to be having a med spa day. I love pampering us. I love making sure we are taking care of our skin, even for our young girls as well. But we will have a med spa day, and I'll make sure we can make that happen all around the world for you guys as well. Miss Stars, what were you going to say, beauty? I saw you smiling over there.
I know, I forgot. You know, I have that ADD. It's in and out really quick.
I love it. Well, let's see. We have our very own Malika Star. She says, I'm tuning in to you guys. I'm here at the Steve Harvey Mom Camp. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, Renee. I love you, Marlika, and my nephew, Makai. And I'm so proud of you all. And I cannot wait to see the pictures, guys. Yes, so they've taken an opportunity to be a part of the Star Steve and Marjorie Harvey. This is really the Steve Harvey's camp for the young men. And so this weekend, for her birthday, everything worked all in alignment. She's going to be able to get away for her birthday. And I think this is just so brilliant for the family. Guys, you know, that's the key, being able to have rich relationships. In 2019, I had the opportunity of not only being reached out on behalf of Steve and Marjorie Harvey, they invited the GW3 family to Cancun, Mexico for their Sand and Soul, my God, getaway. Talking about 17 events in 7 days, and each one of them was on fire. On fire. And you guys think I like to dress? Oh my goodness. They put a whole new definition and meaning to theme as well as colors, and it was so, so wonderful. So we're looking forward to also participating soon, because it got the next one that's going to be coming up. And for anyone that's interested in joining us with that excursion, usually it's during Labor Day. I'll make sure you guys hear more about that. But yes, Malika Star, so proud of you as well. And let's continue on having this conversation in regard to our health, guys. That's where we are. Let's see who else. We also had, I always take the skin off my cucumber. We had someone say, I always take the skin off of my cucumber. Very good. Very good. Let's see who else. Krispy Kreme melts in your mouth. It used to be my weakness too. See, I'm telling you guys, in Atlanta, that was the place. Krispy Kremes. All right, Krispy Kremes. Oh my goodness. I can't. Oh, okay, somebody said with that now they can hear you a little bit more. Stars Tina, like we can't hear Stars Tina. So stars get a little louder. My daughter loves bread. Guys, bread. Let's talk a little bit more deeper dive about bread. Let's talk about that. Why isn't bread healthy? Talk to us, please, Miss Perpetude. Come on now. This is your sweet spot.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me tell you, there is such a difference between bread in America and in Europe. It's not the same thing. That's why you're gonna see people that have gluten allergic or food sensitivity with flour. When they go to Europe, they don't have it because in America they spray it with what they call glycophates. So, and they do not have those pesticide and all those things in Europe. So, eating bread in America and eating bread in Europe is not the same thing. It can make a huge difference in your body. As per se, bread in America, the flour that they use, it's bleach, and the product that you're using, it's a killer for the gut microbiome. And we know how important is the gut microbiome in your overall health. And even with your when you eat that, you get bloated, you get a lot of gas, and it's changed the gut microbiome ecosystem. So for to say those in Europe, I don't say not eat bread, but it's not the same thing. Plus, what is make bread such sometimes unhealthy is all the not only the bleaching of the flour, but they use oil in it, and the oil is gonna be rancid. The high heat in oil gonna be rancid, and in the past also they used to use bromide and to make our bread. The bromide is a component that helps to raise the flour, make it soft and nice, and they change it. And no, they used to use, sorry, not bromide, iodine to do that. And iodine is really important for our thyroids, you know. But in our day, they use bromide, which is close. I don't know if any of you study chemistry. They have almost the same electrical charge, bromide and iodine. And because they are so close, they can be and use one for the other. So they use bromide in the bread, which now you're gonna see a lot of people in the US, especially and everywhere, they have thyroid problem, hypothyroidism. So because they don't put iodine anymore, and we have so much iodine destroyers, the water that we are using that have a lot of chloride in it, and plus the bread and other things. That's why you find a lot of people now has one of the cause of thyroid problem. So if you can get out from the bread, make your own, or change, make your own. It's so easy to do. Make You can use different kind of flour, like spell flour, camion flour, to make your own bread. And they talk about Ezekiel bread also. I know some people do not like it, but it's a better version if you still want to eat the bread. But bread is not that essential. I know it's easy to make breakfast with it, but try to change it around for other things. And as we're talking about New Orleans, and they eat a lot of some of those nice, food that is high in grease and sugar because they are addictive.
Yeah.
And in America is the leading cause of problem. And let me tell you what's the advantage when you change from that high fat, high sugar, high oily grease diet. The benefit is like, first, you're gonna have a better, like Jane was saying, metabolic syndrome. It's like blood pressure, blood sugar level, better blood cholesterol, and not obesity, especially obesity around the stomach area. So we call that the Western diet, right? Those high density diet. And with that comes with Alzheimer, dementia. People don't realize it's not only the external, the fat, things like that, the sexiness when you change your diet. It's also your mind, your brain. And they said they have make research on rats, feeding them those diets. And after a few days, few months, they have dementia, Alzheimer. So their cognitive health decline. So let me give you 3 tips today how to make some change that you can make in your diet right now that can help you to have a better health, a better body, and losing the fat around your stomach. Diminish or eliminate your sugar now. It's important, and change it to dates, a better version of sweet. Instead of having your sugar, use dates. Number 2, diminish or eliminate the fat and replace it with a better fat, like healthy fat, like avocado or your nuts if you're not allergic. Number 3, Start taking your walk after dinner. Hippocrates have talked a lot about that. He said that if you exercise after you eat, like taking your walk after you eat, you have a lesser chance to have a big stomach. And you know me, with that big stomach, I am there to help you to lower that fat, to lose that big fat and stomach. And right now, I'm doing a really big lunch and helping people lose 5 inches of belly fat by July. And I'm not even kidding, because what I'm using is a fiber to help you to eliminate the toxin, and it's target your stomach area. Those are the 3 tips now that you can do right now. They are not too hard. Too hard. First, eliminate or diminish your sugar and replace it by dates. Second, to eliminate or diminish your unsaturated fat and replace it by healthy fat as avocado or nuts. Number 3, start taking a walk after your meals. Done speaking.
Those are some great tips, Mike. I mean, yeah, I know we got to clap for that. Those are some really great tips. I want to ask this question because my daughter and I, we go back and forth with this. She says, Mom, you want to stop eating at least by 7:30 p.m. Is it important to have a cutoff for your meal as well, Perpetu? Because that's one of the things I think it's something that we have to think about.
Oh my goodness, yes, Renee. And actually, that's what with my client we have been doing with the Fat Belly program. So stop eating by 7 and to go back eating around 12. Okay, so disclaimer: if your diabetes are also, please make sure that you consult with your physician or any health a practitioner. So because I'm not there to really monitor your blood sugar. Okay.
Right.
So yes, if for example you're gonna go to bed around 9 and 10, as a global way of women where we wake up early, right, around 4 o'clock, 3:30. So we go to bed around 9:30 and 10. So when you stop eating, you have let your body the time to digest the food as you go to bed. Because if you do so, your body will not be able to do the detoxification that it's supposed to do. Because between 10 and 2 p.m., the body needs to rest. And also, what it does, it's help the liver. That's the time that the liver he give out the good cholesterol and and equilibrate and do the detoxify process and have your pH balance in the body. Yes, you have to stop eating between 7 and the next day, the time that you wake up.
I love that. Wonderful words to live by. One of the things that we're going to talk about after we leave from New Orleans, because we can't do it before New Orleans, because unfortunately, it is what it is. We will be eating beignets. We will have gumbo. We will have shrimp etouffee. Look at Starcina. And we will have pralines. I'm just laying it off there. Even probably a po' boy sandwich as well, because those are just some of our original heartfelt meals that's brought to us always by New Orleans. But one of the things I guess we have to do is drink more water. Okay, drink more water and exercise, because we still will be able to exercise. One of the things you stated, Jane, in regarding to the alkaline water and the importance of having the right type of water. I noticed, guys, I'm not a fan of bottled water. I'll say it again. I am not a fan of bottled water. And I think that was Silk that was also pouring into that. Whenever I'm drinking water, no matter what, I'm going to work on making sure we have lime in the water or lemon, lime. And even sometimes I spruce my water and fuse it with oranges. I put some oranges in my water as well. The importance if we're out and about, if you're traveling and you can't get like that alkaline water, what do you do? Because you still have to drink water. So what can you do in those moments? Please, Jane, can you share with us?
I can tell you.
Oh, okay. This is our beautiful Miss Silk Little John again. Take it away, Silk Little John. I love it.
I no, lemon is everything. Well, lemon is acid. Yes, it's acid out of the body. But once you squeeze it in water and you consume it, it does turn alkaline. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Say that one more time, Silk. One more time.
Okay, so yes, lemon and limes are acidic, but once you put it in water, it's outside the body. It is acidic. But once you squeeze it into water, put your tablespoon, and that'd be the first thing you drink in the morning. I do key lime every morning, and once you drink it, it becomes acidic, guys. So stop spending all that money on that high price water. Get you some spring water. Get you some spring water and consume it and get your alkaline water that way.
Well, I want to say this too, Silk. I want to talk about water, even with my plants, guys. I am very careful with the water that I give to my plants. And I literally have to have my plants water to sit out a day. I put it in the refrigerator before I give it to them. All right, I do that, and I notice a whole different reaction to the plants. If you give water to your plants, it's right out of the faucet. It has a lot of what? Chemicals in it. And so what I do, I let it sit for a day before I give them their water or their ice cubes. And I must say, guys, I've had my plants for 4+ years, and I have over 25 plants, and I love every last one of them. So I may not have a green thumb, but I definitely know how to nurture my plants. Okay?
You know, Renee?
Yes.
Like, it's just like, think about this. If anyone's ever had an aquarium before, you can't, when you fill that aquarium up, you have to wait a few days before you can put that fish in there. That's because the minerals and the toxins has to come out of the water. So it's the same thing with your body. When you're running tap water, get you some jugs of water, let it sit out before you consume it. It makes a big difference,
Wow.
And also that when you guys, I don't know if you guys know how the correct way to consume aloe vera. Well, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm going off the subject.
I know.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. This is your jam. I'm so happy that you are here, beauty. No, I love it. I love it. I would love for you to be on with us, but this is a perfect way right here. We can still have your energy and your vibration, and you have on the perfect color because you have on that yellow jacket as we're all over here live with our yellow color, because Thursdays is all about health and wellness. It's about beauty. And yes, that yellow is just a ray of energy and the vibration that this room is feeling. If you guys are feeling the vibration, go ahead and put some yellow hearts in the chat. I know, unfortunately, we have a little bit of technical difficulty with some of the ladies. If you are feeling the vibration, put some yellow hearts in the chat. Also, you already know, Stars Tina in the house. Plop, plop, plop. Stars, stars, stars. Let's pump it up with some stars also in the house so we can show love to Stars Tina. I know, Miss Stars, you are smiling as Miss Silk was sharing about that water. Can you relate to that as well?
Oh, OMG, yes, while I take a sip. No, I'm joking. But if I may, Renee, I'm a little prepared for today. I'd love to share some things that have worked for me in regards to healthy, this Healthy Thursday. Yes. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. So we've all been talking. You said your daughter was saying how you should take, your last meal at 7. Really got me into intermittent fasting. I don't know if anyone does that. If you guys can write in the chat if you do that, and if so, how many hours? I've been doing it for 7 years for 12 hours. And for me, I'm like, okay, that's all right. But probably about 6 or 7 months ago, I noticed there wasn't a difference. I was struggling to maintain and lose weight. So about a month ago, I'm sure you guys know Dr. Jamesia. She's a part of GW3, and she was telling me about extending the window of my intermittent fasting. And then she gave some tips this morning. So if you guys have a pen and paper, they're game changers, guys, like game changers. First of all, start spreading that window out. So like Renee had said, 7 p.m. at night. If you bring that up even higher, even if it's not 12 to 7, maybe it's 11 to 6 or 10 to 5 that you're eating, so you have a longer window with nothing in your stomach, because our stomach is always working, right? So we want to give it a break. So really quick, some tip. Are you ready for it? I heard Silk say in the morning she has water with lemon, but there's this drink. I call it the Dr. Jamesia magic drink, apple cider vinegar. Does anyone do like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of that? Make sure you use a straw because you want to keep your teeth nice and white. So a tablespoon or 2 of apple cider vinegar with 8 to 10 ounces of water. Another thing she said, because I said I'm always hungry, and these are natural suppressants to make you not hungry. Green tea. Green teas. Anyone do green tea in the building every day throughout the day? That's another thing to help you not stay so hungry. Pink salt in your water. Does anyone do that? Himalayan salt in the water. That's really good to get all that stuff going. She said pickle juice. I'm not really into the pickle juice, but some people may like that.
I'm like, no.
So, no. Another natural thing I don't think we think about, Renee, and you mentioned this a few times, was getting enough sleep. Everyone needs different amounts. You may need 6, you may need 8, you may need 10, but you need sleep so your body can rest and burn calories and all that good stuff. So that's why it's super important to get enough sleep. The next thing on here is slow down your eating. And you may have heard me say this before. Set a timer when you start to eat and see how long it takes you to actually finish eating. And a goal is 20 minutes. But if you find you're like racing through the food, slow down, bring your fork down. I always talk about mindfulness when it comes to eating. And Renee talks about the colors. Look at your food and smell it, embrace it. Think of if you're eating carrots, the dirt that went into it, the rain that came down, the sun that came through, just really feeling the foods right there. Another thing besides eating slower is movement. Renee talked about, I think with purpose, after you eat, move, even if it's just for a short little walk, just get up and move your body. And the last one, and Renee talks about this all the time, self-care, reducing stress. When you're stressed out, it's very, very hard to lose weight. Your cortisol levels are up, and it's just like, it's a whole to-do. But when you hang around us guys, all those things are gonna come into play. Those are my tips today. I am Stars Tina. Hope you enjoyed these tips today. That's all I have to say.
Let's put some stars in the chat, please. Let's put 7 stars in the chat for Stars Tina for those 7 tips, guys. You know, I appreciate what she shared. You know what? I had to go and get one of my what? Himalaya salt, okay? You see, I use it, guys. Yes. You know, I truly have been a fan of apple cider vinegar in the water, especially right before you go to sleep, because it helps to cut down on, you know, burning some of those things. Now, one of my girlfriends, she's like, she's not too much of a fan. However, she used the tablets where it relates to the apple cider vinegar. It doesn't matter. Let's just put it in our system if it's going to help kill some of the bacteria that's in our gut. You heard what you heard what Silk mentioned, that gut, man, you got to get rid of the stuff out the gut. And I know for sure Perpetu always talk about getting that gook out of the gut. And what we don't realize, if we don't get the gook out of the gut, it causes more illnesses. It causes more sicknesses because it's just sitting inside of us. If we can learn how to go to the restroom naturally, at least 3 times a day. I say naturally because sometimes we keep on doing things to infuse us going to the restroom. Naturally, if you can go to the restroom at least 3 times a day, that's a good system. And that's one of the things that help by drinking more water. More of the right type of water really helps to loosen you up. And movement, I know it really works, guys. In the morning, I promise you, as I'm running, guess what? I got to pull on to the side and take care of one of them before either I go or right while I'm doing it. That helps you stay active. When your body is still, everything inside of you is still. Everything is inside of you is still. So as long as you keep moving, guess what? You're going to keep your organs moving and you're going to have a healthier digestive system. So let's say we want a healthy digestive system. Stars gave some amazing tips in that area. And it's important for you guys to not just do it once a week, not do it twice a week. This is a part of your lifestyle. So put in the chat, I am a healthy lifestyle. That's right. I am a healthy lifestyle. You got to tell yourself, because I'm a healthy lifestyle. If I'm a healthy lifestyle, I'm going to what? Remind myself that I have to do some healthier things in order for me to maintain sustainability for myself. We only have one canvas. We only have one body. We only have one of us. So let's make sure we're pouring in so much that we're going to sustain ourselves. That's right. We have to sustain ourselves. And guys, the Krispy Kreme donuts, just not going to do it. I promise you. They will not. Oh my God. So Miss Jane, would you like to share your tips as well for this week? I know we're going to be coming to a closer soon. Would you like to share some of your tips for this week?
Yes, Queen Renee, I'll share 3 tips. First and foremost, have a plan. You've got to create a structure. because if you have to have the healthy lifestyle, the same way that you normally do have, like you set your goals on what foods are you eating. So have a personalized program. Number two is that move. Yes, you got to move. As much as we are eating, is that we have also to be very conscious about obesity and about developing the fat around our stomach. So you got to move. I cannot repeat again. Have a structure, know what foods are good for you, have a plan of when you eat them. How do you have when you start in the morning? When do you start? Have a break, like about 5 hours, and then after 5 hours, in between you're drinking water, then eat the next food that you're going to eat, and stop eating after 7 o'clock. Those are my tips.
I love those guys. I gotta ring the bell on those. Ding 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 ding. Those were awesome, awesome, awesome. So yes, guys. I mean, right now we're dropping the mic. I hope you're finding so much value, and I just want to paraphrase as well as kind of like talk about the benefits of everything that we shared today. If we have not said anything else, just notice what some of the benefits of everything that we share. Not only what we want to help you to boost up your immunity, because that's very important. That's metabolism. And once you have more energy, you have more vibration, you're giving yourself the opportunity to boost up that immunity system. All right. That's important. Keeping your skin, your teeth, your eyes healthy. The foods that we talked about today, not only is it going to support you to have healthier eyes, it's going to support you to have healthier skin, it's going to support you to glow. I want you all to be glowing for the summertime. That's important. Okay, naturally glowing. Also, it's all about living longer. We talked about us being sustainable. We're holding on to our best life right now, and we're going to live a longer and a healthier lifestyle because we are focusing on what really does matter. In addition to that, increasing that, helping us with that digestive system. The foods that we talked about, the water that we talked about, the activities that we talked about, it's going to help you to increase your digestive system. Because I know, ladies, guys, I know I can relate to each and every last one of you guys have had problems with your digestive system prior because we were eating some of the wrong foods, because we were eating foods that didn't want to digest in our systems. And most ladies have been what? Constipated. Have you been constipated and you're wondering, why is it that I can't go to the bathroom? Why am I having such a hard time in just releasing? This is not just for this group, this is worldwide. It's because of the type of foods that we're eating and the unbalance. Notice what Silk says. It's important to eat the right foods with the right foods. Everything is about relationships. When I started juicing in, I think it was like, at that time I was working for Dillard's. I started juicing. Donna Karen came out with this whole new system of juicing, and I did that. And with the juicing, like certain days I have my green vegetables, but then it's like you had to take the time off before you start taking in the fruits. You could not have your fruits and the vegetables at the same time. It almost had like a counter reaction. But during that time, my body was just so much leaner. I used to do more stretching. And I'll encourage you guys, if you don't have a stretching yoga plan, start doing more stretching. You'll see that you can breathe better. It allows you to calm down, all right? And you elongate your muscles while you are doing yoga, especially if you're lifting weights. For those who haven't been doing weights, I encourage you to do so because weights just help you to tone. Now, you don't have to do anything heavy. You could do 5, 10, 15-pound weights, but it's all about the repetitions. The more reps you do, the lighter the weights, the more you can literally transform that.
Alrighty, it
Love
looks
me
like
during
we
this
lost
time.
Renee.
Hold on. Can you guys see me?
Beautiful queen will be back. No, we can't see you. We cannot see you yet. We can hear you though. Are you guys enjoying yourself? Perpetual.
Yes, 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 yes. I think she was talking. Okay, good. She's back.
Celia. I said, if I get one more call during this time, I'm just gonna like have to block everybody. But what I was saying is, where it relates to our regimen and our, really our approach. Remember, everything is about relationships. The relationships that you have with yourself, the relationships that you have with your food, the relationships that you have with people. Everything is about relationships. Relationships with money, relationships with your rest. I want us going into our next 90-day challenge is to really focus on our sleeping patterns. Focus on how much rest you're getting, but still rest. Not rest like I'm gonna go lay on the sofa and I get a cat nap. No, total rest. How many of us are totally giving ourselves at least 6 to 7 hours without being disturbed, turning off all devices and pitch black at the home? Because what we don't realize, guys, if you're not losing your weight like how you think you should, it's because you're not getting the rest. You lose weight when you're sleeping. Many people didn't know that. You lose weight while you're sleeping at night. So if that's the time that you're losing most of your weight, what do you want to do? Make sure you're preparing your body for the transformation it has to go through at night so it can stay still and it can rebuild. It's important for your body to rebuild as well. So you want to be in alignment with yourself, and that is so important. So I hope some of these tips have helped you today. I want us to not only help you to increase your healthier lifestyle, we want to support you in the decisions that you make. And I love the fact we're not doctors. No, we're not. So you still have to speak to your medicine. You have to speak to your advisor. I would say your doctor or your advisor in that space for your health and wellness. But what we do, we provide you with sound advices that have really worked with us based upon our experiences. But know that you too have to find your own. And we cannot wait to hear your story. Thank you, Silk Little John, for sharing with us your stories, your examples. Thanks again. I know it was Davita that was giving you much love as you were sharing with your examples as well. And for all those who've been dropping in the chat, Miss Kimberly Hatfield is all about the lifestyle. Okay, she says great information, ladies. Also, we have one of our Facebook, I am a healthy lifestyle from the Facebook user. Guys, we have everybody from YouTube, Facebook, also in the Clubhouse. I am a healthy lifestyle. I love that. They loving it. I love the fact we got some veggies on here. We got some kiwi. How many of you guys love kiwi? Miss Kimberly also said, wake up those, she said, wake up those facial expressions, muscles. That's right. Wake up those facial muscles. Guys, it's going to really help you guys so much. I always say I sleep upside down like a bat because everybody's like, what is happening? Why are you not like some of my friends that we're all the same age, guys? And they're like, why is it that you don't age? I'm like, I do age, but I age gracefully. Say you want to age gracefully right in this space. What doesn't bring you value in your karma, in your harmony, don't allow it to come into your energy, guys. It's really important. Make sure you protect yourself. And I'll say this also, it's okay to hit the reset button. If someone's throwing something out and it's not really going based upon what you really truly feel, and you start getting a little tension in your forehead, hit the reset button. Go to a pause moment, get a glass of water, and sit still. Just sit still until you find yourself relaxing your facial muscles again. Remember the exercise we talked about, counting 17 seconds backwards? It really does work. 17 seconds backwards. And then you'll find that bliss again. If not, turn on your favorite song like what we did today. It'll definitely get you moving, baby. So we're so grateful that you've been a part of the GW3 Live. If we brought value to you, put some hearts in the chat. If you were able to receive great tips today, oh my goodness, make sure you share this information out. We got ladies all the way in Germany, all the way in Canada, North Carolina, and Atlanta right here for you, dropping knowledge, dropping information, and we just truly, truly love you. So I want everybody to make sure you know how to get in contact with him. Stars Tina, let everybody know how to get in contact with you, Beauty.
Hey there, guys. Super simple. StarsTina.com. My 10K card has everything on there. Renee, thank you so much for everything. As you know, I'm raising 200 pairs of sneakers to go to Nigeria. So need all your support. That's how you can reach me for everything I'm doing. Thank you.
Love it, love it. Take it away, Miss Purpa, too. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey! www.meetperpetude.com. Easy to find. Facebook, Instagram. I am there. So, and remember, I'm there to help you achieve your goal to lose that belly fat 5 inches by July. I'm not even kidding.
I love it. I love it. And the one and the only, take it away, Miss Amazing Miss Jane.
Here I am. I'm your sister from the other mother. You need help. I'm going to hold your hand. I'll make sure that you are not going to go through all the craziness. You don't have to keep on trying this and that. So meetjanemarquardt.com. I'm here and I welcome you over to Germany to eat healthy breads.
I love it. Oh my goodness. And guys, you know you're right here with the GW3 Global Club. I am Renee Noor. We are very passionate and committed where it relates to bridging that gap through financial literacy and health and wellness. And not only are we very passionate about making a difference, we're going to reach 1 million lives by 2022. So make sure you share this information out. Let's take the time to find those who have been looking for an opportunity to be connected to a community that truly cares, because we do. And when we come to your city, make sure we know your name. I want you to reach out, DM us. We need to hear from you. If you're on the Clubhouse, DM me. We want to hear from you. If you're right here on YouTube, drop a mic, please. We want to hear from you because we're about that community that keep everyone together. Tune in on tomorrow. It's all about the men. It's all about Tom Ford Fridays. Oh my goodness. And we have such dynamic men that's going to be joining us on tomorrow for our Tom Ford Fridays. And as you see, we're one of those families that just have to stay fashion forward. We are grateful that you've been here today, and we want to say thank you. Thank you for coming into our life and allowing us to come into yours, whether you're in the Clubhouse, YouTube, or Facebook. We want to just say thank you. Until we meet up again, we say bye for now. Say bye, guys. Bye. I know, sending love.
Bye, 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 bye.
And we'll be right back into the Clubhouse as we wrap up today's segment. Thank you, guys.